the Golden Girls?
That's not the Golden Girls.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to another episode of Learn, Love, and Reflect. I'm Anthony.
I'm Jackie.
And man, welcome back to the living room. We've been gone. We've been a little under the weather, but we back in the spot. And that's on the love seat. Or the love portion of the couch. And check this out. Before you even go any further, man, like, subscribe, and share. Comment and share. Yay. Or do all of the above all at once. I finally got it right. So, yes, don't wait till the video is ended. If you do, because you may forgot because you was listening to the content, do it afterwards. But, hey, guess what? You can do it before. So, if you feel like you need to do that. Gang, gang. I was a thug for about 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Anyway, man, hey, check this out. So, my wife got beef with me. She got beef with me, right? So let me tell my story and then you can get on your...
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. On your soapbox. So she got beef with me, y'all. First off, let me time out. Let me go back a little bit. She been funking with me over the little things lately. I don't know what it is. Maybe she ain't getting enough loving or something, but we need to make sure we need to arrange that. But she been funking, yelling, and fussing. Always about to slap me. Boy, I almost called the people on her, but I ain't gonna go there. That's another story. But anyway, back to the regular scheduled program. But she still got beef with me, right? So I'm talking to my peoples or my uncle or whoever it may be, right? And I'm like, all right, y'all, all right, okay. They say goodbye, all right, goodbye, okay, but all right, love you, all right, yeah, love you too.
Absolutely, yeah, that is a beef problem. Listen, it only takes one goodbye. All right, talk to you later, bye. It does not take 8 or 9 goodbyes to say bye.
That first off, ma'am, I've been doing that for a while, and for me to just hang up in people's face like you do. Listen, so check this out. This is what she do. I'm like, all right, babe, I love you. Next thing you know, I'm listening to nothing. Because it ain't no dial tone no more. I'm listening to nothing. All I hear is...
I done said bye.
Did the call drop? Did I go in a bad area? Did something happen? No, this ninja hung up on me. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to tell you bye. I'm trying to say I love you. And then another thing, she sometimes, not all, so I can't say that all the time. Sometimes she don't like to hang up. She'll just let the phone just idle.
That's not not my responsibility.
But she want to say she hate when I say bye so many times. But sometimes she don't want to hang up the phone. Anyway, that's another story too. But anyway, so she got a problem with me telling everybody, all right then, okay, all right, bye, I love you. Oh, yeah, love you too. All right,
bro. Yeah, let's do it. All right, bye. Click. That's the end of my conversation. You are, all right, boy, yep. Okay, yep. And then the other person like, yep. All right, boy. All right, okay, boy. Yeah. All right, yeah, love you too, bro. All right, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
The whole
so many goodbyes, and then it made me so mad because you made my daddy start doing that with you, and I'm like, my daddy is not that.
Like it was.
When I heard my daddy do it, I was just like, oh, no,
yes.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's a term of endearment.
No, it's not. It's being extra. It does not take that much to say bye.
How? Girl, woman, let me tell you something. It does.
What is the point?
Just because
are you competing?
I ain't competing with nothing. Just because you like to hang up in people's face, don't mean I got to do the same thing you doing.
I just like to end the phone call. I'll be like, all right, love you.
I do end the phone call.
Bye. All right, love you. Talk to you later. Bye. Click.
I do end the phone call.
For an extended amount of time. It's like multiple benedictions.
I'm almost done. Hey, boy, wait, I'm almost done. Yeah.
I had something else I wanted to say. All right, dog. Peace. I'm like...
She's being dramatic.
No, I'm not. I swear I'll be in the car or wherever he's at on the phone, and I'll just be listening to all of them going back and forth like... So nobody's just going to be like, okay, ninja... it. Like, just hang up in his face, because he gonna keep giving you more and more goodbyes. It don't take that.
She's a hater. She's a hater.
It only takes one.
No, it doesn't, man. You can still say goodbye the way I say goodbye.
Babe, I'm not gonna be doing all that.
I'm loving. You're not loving.
I'm not gonna.
She's not loving.
I'm not gonna say bye 5 million times.
She's not loving, guys.
I already said bye once. All right, bye. Talk to you later. Click.
I'm loving. I wasn't held as a child. She was. She had a platinum spoon. I had a wooden spoon. I had a couple of splinters on my tongue while I was eating soup.
That ain't got nothing to do with how many goodbyes you said.
Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair. Okay. Nah, just joking. Nah, but still, man. Listen. I say goodbye like that because you never know, you know.
And so you're gonna be like, man, boy, I'm glad I said like 10 goodbyes to him.
Yup.
I said like 10. He gave me 6. But I gave him
a great
2.
conversation. Goodbyes.
That is ridiculous. It's never not gonna be ridiculous to me. Like,
yeah, because you like to hang up in people's face.
Listen,
or not hang up at all.
Okay. I must admit that you okay?
Funny bone. Go ahead.
I must admit that I have heard this years before we was married. Like, you hang up so fast. I said bye. Like, what else am I supposed to say?
Because sometimes, like, I'll forget to say something, and I'll be, hey, and
you want me to be like this, waiting before I hang? Well, ain't no hanging up the phone like that no more, but waiting for the last little bit of something that might come out your mouth. When it's bye, it's like, all right, bye, click.
She's whack, y'all.
I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for extra words. Call me back if you found out something else you needed to say.
She's a terrible phoner. She's a terrible phoner.
Get off of the phoner when the conversation is over.
She's a terrible phoner, guys.
And if you keep on saying goodbye, then you're going to think of another topic and you're just going to keep talking. It's just like, dude, just say goodbye. I swear I'll be in the car like, please, just end it. Just end it. Just say bye.
She's a hater.
Whatever.
I would just say that. She's a hater. Anyway, I was just partial to our topic.
So how many buys does it take?
However many I say, God bless America. How about that, sucker? I'm going to say bye as many times. Bye. All right, love you too. All right, okay. Bye. It's a habit.
It's bad.
It's
you was just asking for a habit just a few minutes ago.
No. That's not what I said. You don't be putting words in my mouth, man. Said create. Now, and wait, first off, it wasn't even on that topic.
It's not, but I was saying I'm saying you did say you just needed to create a habit. Anywho, what was the topic about today?
The topic is, when is it a good enough time to leave a relationship?
So when should you say goodbye? You're in a relationship. Does it take multiple times to end a relationship? Were you a Were you a one shot, one opportunity, like relationship over type of person? Like
me?
Yeah, like that person had like, if you mess up like one time, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Was you that type of person?
Absolutely. I
wasn't.
I never went backwards. I don't think I've dated a woman twice in my life. Well, I'll take that back. You was a special one.
Yeah, I was a special one, I guess. Yeah, but
I shouldn't have.
You should have. You definitely should have.
Crazy. Nah. But that's crazy. Now that I process it, like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I don't think I ever.
So you've never broken up with somebody and got back together with them?
No.
Really?
Nope.
Jones.
I don't think I've ever done that. Let me see.
None of your baby mamas, nothing.
No.
You tell me you ain't never had an argument or anything to be like, we done, and then y'all be right back together? Nothing? Or a small break and then get back together?
We ain't did that. No, when we broke. It was over.
I don't believe that.
Wait a minute. Well, I don't want to. It was I'm leaving. Oh, baby, please don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. And I'm like, no, I'm out. And then next thing you know, boom, pregnant.
Yeah.
So but I still left. Or it's still.
So you boomeranged. Like you did come back.
I didn't either.
You did come back.
Because technically I never left, but I did. But I never. God dog it, I did.
You boomerang.
You boomerang.
I definitely. I ain't never said that I did boomerang. I wish I wouldn't have boomerang. I wish I wouldn't have.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. You think about. Sometimes you think about, man. You know how easier my life would have been if I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, you would assume your life would have been easier.
You would assume. Yeah.
Yeah. If you wouldn't have boomeranged or allowed that other person's feelings to get you in your feelings, because sometimes people know how to get you back in. You know what I'm saying?
Manipulate you.
Yeah, and get
Persuade
either with
you.
their words, sex, like little things like that, like stuff like that will literally can, like, you can be so certain with your decision, and then if you just even if I can have a conversation with you, then at least like I know I could get you back in.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And those were my downfalls, like allowing those opportunities when I should have been like,
I was a sucker for tears. It wasn't conversation for me. It was the emotion, because I'm an emotional creature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an emotional human being. So, there were times where I had my doggy dog moments, like, oh well, I'm going over here to Keisha. You know what I'm saying? But I think in this situation, it was more so like, why she crying? Dog it. All right, come here, baby. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that if I would have either had knowledge of what I was going to be doing in the process of the first leaving or the first exit versus trying to boomerang back, I probably wouldn't have went back.
Do you think if you would have had a better, like, a plan instead of like I'm done, I'm out, with a purpose over your life, singly, would you have stayed
absolutely
away?
absolutely
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, because I think that when I at the final lasting moment, when I was just like, I'm done, and then I was like, I'm taking a break, I'm not talking to nobody during this break. I'm like, that's when I started like getting into little activities and stuff like that, because I was actually intentionally like, I am like for real done, and I'm about to do Jackie. And then at that point, it wasn't nothing that could be said, because
Sure.
I was doing this for me, for certain, and could nothing nobody said that individual have said that have brought me back.
Because you was already then. So when that happened, the process started happening, and when you made up in your mind, I'm gonna be to myself, with myself, by myself, I don't no sex, no baby I love you, no this, no that, flowers, nothing. Excuse me. Nothing could deter you from where you was trying to get to. And I think the ultimate goal or the ultimate thing in all of it was peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely wanted peace.
And for me, when I did it, when I was transitioning in that way, and when I was going to the movies by myself, going out to eat by myself, doing whatever, like, I kind of start getting back to what I kind of wanted to do. And I had auditions for commercials, and even had a opportunity to try to be an extra in a movie, and I didn't make it, of course, but all those things that I wanted to do for me, I actually started doing it instead of doing it for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I think when that happens, we get so caught up in a person, we lose our peace. We lose who we are and who we were, or where we were trying to go in certain instances, and all that kind of stuff. And it's always a struggle I know sometimes it can be more so for women, but for men as well. You know, sometimes we don't know when to leave. Sometimes we try to stay around maybe for a kid or maybe her feelings or maybe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure vice versa. But for the most part, we mentally don't know when to leave.
Or you don't want to look bad. Or the guy doesn't want to look
yeah,
bad like I'm
yeah,
this terrible person because I left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
man.
Yeah. I honestly think, and I honestly think when you put yourself in that position of peace, so many different things that you may have wanted to do in the past, or heck, even like your mind is so clear that you are able to dream again. You're able to just kind of think of every little thing that you may want to do,
and then it'd be with an urgency.
And then quick.
And then it'd be with an urgency. Before it was just like, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, no, I'm gonna get this. So like the whole time, like you had this capability, but at some point you shut it down.
Yeah.
And was just like, I'll suppress all of my wants and needs and desires for this individual, even though they give me bullcrap or they prove that they don't love me multiple times.
Right.
Don't want me, not interested in me. I'll continue to suppress what I want to do to try to make this work and all this. It's like I am totally losing myself. And maybe not even knowing it, but I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I think what really makes that happen is sex. Like you really, it shuts off any intelligence that you really could have.
I tell people, or I tell some of the young men that I may come across, some family members, whoever I come across as a young man that's, hey, let me tell you something. That thing between that woman's legs is undefeated. And the only time it ain't undefeated is if you, hey, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing against you, but I'm just saying
it ain't gonna defeat you
because that ain't what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think that's what caught me up. It wasn't so much of the relationship aspect of it. I think it was just the physical part. And when you get so caught up in the physical, it's like, man, what if she about to give it to somebody else? Or what if she, man, what? I was like, at the point of where I had to get back to my peace, at that one point, I was like, man, I don't care.
Don't care.
I don't care, because I was like, man, because I was tripping. I was like, nah. I just, like, yeah, if I really wanted it, I can go do whatever I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I probably was like, man, I could probably go sleep with whoever, or, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't want to be in that mindset then. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I had really forgot who I was.
Yeah, it's easy.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's easy to, and like you say, like you worried about her giving it to somebody else. I don't think that was my concern, but I do remember being told by a friend, like one of my problems was in her terms was that I was digmatized, and I was just like, and I used to use one of my famous words, but I won't say, but it started with a B. Like, you're right, like. And it's just, and that's how I was able to answer, like, because I know, like, sex just blows your mind. And that's why you really shouldn't have it for a good amount of time, so you can really, with eyes wide open, see who this individually really is for an extended amount of time. Because if not, then you're going to easily get played, and it can easily happen. Because it's blinders that are put on or something.
Sure.
During that, once you have that exchange.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't see how you can see through it after that.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
Because the only people that see through it are the people that's around you that can see, and for the most part, they're not gonna say nothing to you. They just gonna be talking about how stupid you are.
That, or the people that is dishing it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in my case, I was receiving, but it was more so one of those things, and it was one of the things I heard was, he ain't going nowhere. you know.
Yeah, they think you ain't going nowhere too. Oh my God.
That and I remember I told somebody, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get engaged, or I'm engaged, and they was like, oh, now me and such and such about to get back together, and I was like, well, such and such lied to you, because I think we was either engaged or something like that. But anyway, I was like, at that point, I was like, that's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times they think you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
they think can't nobody love you like you did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
that's because we allow so many goodbyes. Because I remember the first time that I should have let that goodbye remain. And if I would have let that first goodbye remain, it wouldn't have, man. A lot of things, even and saved me and that individual. A lot of things would not have happened. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
But I should that goodbye, which was really, really certain for me, would have made everything solid, and I would have been perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? And then at that time, me and you would have had our initial encounter, and everything would have been different. Everything would have been different. It would have been different, but because I didn't let that settle, because it wasn't anything then. When me and you met, but I allowed that individual to come back in. It broke up the introduction of me and you, and then I went through a whole 6-year cycle of bull crap. And if I would have just let that first goodbye remain that first goodbye, absolutely, it would have been. It would have never. Yeah, all of this stuff would have never. It would have been totally different. And then one thing for me that I'll say I don't ever recall reaching out and saying, we need to get back together. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't recall ever being like, I want to be back with you. I was always just allowing it to happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it just came back in, and it was almost like it was always just like a sexual exchange, and then it was just like, okay, so now we together, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I guess we. It was. It is crazy. And that's why you have to be careful, because with the physical part, because I would 9 times out of 10 say. That's what brings people back a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? But it should be done. I'm sorry, but it should be done to bring people back together in marriage. And I think that's where it messes up, because it brings us back together. Like when we have an argument or something like that, like we can have sex and then we be just fine. You know what I'm saying? But when it's not in marriage, it's damaging. It can be. It can be damaging. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in marriage, it's like we know that it's purposeful for an intent, as not as and also as like being fun and all that stuff. But sometimes we know like we need this just so we can be able to bond perfectly. Absolutely. And so we can be able to actually talk and be intimate and all this stuff. Absolutely. Instead of just being in a relationship and trying to hold on to something that should have been gone off of the first goodbye. Facts. That's good. Yeah, no, that's truth. That is truth. And then too, and I'll leave it alone after this, man. Sometimes, man, is when you operate in out of the physical part, it's also a fear factor in that as well. Because I would say sometimes, I would say majority of the time for the man, it's like, and again, it could be for the woman too, but for the man, it's like, man, who over her house? Who? Especially if you ain't got nothing going on and you ain't trying to have nothing lined up yourself, you like, man, who over there with her? Man, and then it'll have you doing crazy stuff, or it'll have you in the fear factor of, man, why she want to do that? And that's why a lot of people, again, lose themselves, hurt people, or go crazy, do stupid stuff, man. Because again, it all centers around the physical aspect. And also the fear in it too. Yeah. So I've done stupid stuff. And I'm just like, why did I even follow you? Because I really didn't care, but I think it was just like I think of your curiosity. Yeah, that's what I said. Like I really didn't care. I was just more curious to like what the heck?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Just so I can get some
Facts.
truth out of a lie.
Facts.
Out of a liar. Other
Facts.
than that, like I already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I already know what's
yeah.
happening is trash. I already
Yeah.
got proof, results. God is like literally showing me things, proving me things that you've hidden, and the individual thinking I'm going out finding stuff. And I'm like, no, this stuff is literally just falling,
right in my
falling
face.
in my lap. And I'm just like, and still was stupid enough to not leave. Still was stupid enough to not leave.
The physical.
Right, the physical. But I don't know. It was for me. It was a lot of goodbyes that I wish I would have do it like how I do on
Reduced
the phone
it to
call.
one.
And as soon as that first goodbye was hang up the phone and left it there. Hung up the relationship and left it.
I do believe in that saying that if it's meant to be, it'll be. I really, honestly, truly believe that, because after we connected, I was like, and for real, I'm not joking. Like, I felt that it would reconnect, but then again, too, I wasn't certain. You know what I'm saying? And here we are.
Well, one thing I want to say is that I'm glad you did not let our goodbye be the final goodbye. Because you always checked in on me, like I said, at least once a year. You would email and ask how I was doing or something, and I would be so callous, just be like,
no
good,
matter
fine.
who I was with or what I was doing,
I
I
was
did.
like, good, fine, you know what I'm saying, and that was because I was being loyal to someone that wasn't really being loyal to me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I
just shows,
appreciate
like,
that, though.
the character that I had. Like, I was just like, I never fed into you.
You did.
I never did.
You never did.
And because I was in a relationship, and
Yep.
like that was what I was into.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you did not let the final goodbye be the final goodbye. And look at us now.
Yeah.
Happily
And
married.
I'm truly thankful for that. And I'll say this too, man. Like, you truly made an impression upon me. Like, you didn't have the big booty and the smile that I was probably used to. You didn't have the long crinkly hair. You didn't have all that. You were just, your beauty to me was natural, and I seen it on the inside and out. Even though you may not have known that, like, I always saw that. I saw that all the time. But I was like, she don't even know.
I didn't.
She don't even know. Like, and like, that's why I was just like, yo, she, like, you always made an impression upon me. And I was just kind of like, yo, if I could just have her, I could show her, like, how she should be treated. Like, that's how I always wanted to do. That's how, because I was always sweet to you. I don't know if you remember that stuff, but I was always sweet to you. And a lot of times when I was being a player and doing all that other stuff, I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? You know, not that I'm proud of those moments, but it was just, I was just like, yo, she could be Miss Jones. She could be it. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, man, so yeah.
That was a good conversation.
Good conversation.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So, man, hey, I'm about to say it again. Like, subscribe, share, comment, man. Give us your feedback, good, bad, the ugly. It doesn't matter. If you're looking for some life insurance, if you're looking to make $1,000, baby, tell them what they could do.
You can DM me or DM me on Facebook. What's that? Instagram, TikTok,
whatever.
all of those social media outlets. We got the link that'll be in the YouTube video. Click on one of those links so we can have a quick meeting and let you know what we're doing and what we're looking for.
For sure. Just good, genuine people, man, just like us. We're not perfect, however, but we will be honest and upfront with you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? We love you. We appreciate the support. Keep supporting us. Always be true to yourself, and do not ever give up on life, give up on each other, and give up on yourself. You dig? Love, learn, and reflect. Out. Let me show you how to love, learn, and reflect. Nothing's impossible, the unthinkable.